Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Today is Sunday, and we're going to the big races. What's it called? Bracket finals. I think that's. Well, I finally figured out what it was. Blah blah. Anyway, so yeah, we're going to the bracket finals racing. 3 days, I think we'll be there. Camping in the trailer and so on and so on. So, we're not watching YouTube. Just, blah. I would take it before This will be gone for 3 days. I might want to take a suitcase. Usually, I just take a Walmart sack with just one pair of pants and like some other stuff. So I'll probably take that. Yeah, fuck you, wind. I'm inside and you're outside. What are you gonna do about it? I'm tired. You see, I need to go to bed. But jeez, bro. Hey, is there anybody out there behind this camera? Do you want snow? Well, come to my house. I live in Big Spring, Texas. My bedroom is like -0 degrees, and it's freaking cold in here. You might find snow in here if you dig around, but so yeah, I'm finally in version 1.12.1. Jeez, man. About time I get some updates for this version of Minecraft. But so my mother got some lasagna for us to eat for lunch. And when she left around 10, and and shut up, game. Be quiet. And she set the temperature to 450 degrees. And she just texted for me to put the lasagna in. So I did. And you guys won't believe it. That motherfucking box did not have any instructions on it. I flipped the box like 2 to 3, 4 times, searching every side, and I didn't find the timer set, or that like how long you're supposed to cook it for. I didn't find that, and I searched the entire box. I flipped it back and forth, and I didn't even find it. So why on earth would they put lasagna in a box if they don't have instructions on how to cook it? They're just like, oh, we're going to sell lasagna in a box, and we're not going to put instructions on the back. So they're just going to have to figure out how long to cook it for. Because we know how long to cook it for, but we're not going to put it in the back of the box because we're cheap. I don't know. You see what happens when I don't. You see what happens when I'm tired. When I'm just. See what happens when I don't. You see what happens when I wake up and I'm not fully rested. I'm crazy. I'm like a chicken on steroids, man. I'm just nonstop, making no sense. Yeah, the motherfucking box did not have any instructions on how long to cook it for. Like, I didn't know how long to cook it for, because there was no instructions. I don't know where my fat mom found the 400 degrees. I don't know where she found the 400 degree temperature. But I couldn't find nothing on the back of that box. So I put the lasagna in for 12 minutes, and Then I set it for 30 minutes, and we're gonna see what happens and see if it's like any good. Leg, how don't you calm the fuck down? It's motherfucking shaking here. I have like jelly beans in my leg or something. It's bouncing like crazy. So I'm just having fun burning stuff down. You know, nothing to see here. So after the 30 minutes goes out, and I'm going to check it, and if it's not ready yet, I'll put it for another 30 minutes. And if it's still not ready, I'll set it for another 30 minutes. And if it's still not ready, I'm going to set it for 60 minutes. And then if that's not enough, I'm just going to throw it away. And just say, hey, fuck this, I'm sick and tired of messing with this. So, if it's not cooked after 30 minutes, I'm going to set it for 30 more minutes. And if it's still not cooked, I want to set it for 60 minutes. And if it's not cooked after 60 minutes, I'm just going to throw it in the trash. Because I ain't going to mess with this. So yeah, guys, never eat frozen food. It's practically impossible because the fuckers who created it don't put instructions in the back. And they're left you handed. Or they leave you hanging. They don't put instructions in the back, so you don't know how long to cook it for, or what the temperature is supposed to be, or anything like that. So never buy frozen food. Let's see if we can get frozen food to go extinct. I like lasagna. I could eat the entire thing if I wanted to. If I was hungry enough, I could eat the entire thing, probably. I almost did. I remember one time I ate half of it. I remember that not too long ago. I ate half of the lasagna. It came right out of the oven. And I ate like half of it. I literally ate half of it. Like I could eat the entire thing if I wanted to. All by myself. And that's a lot of lasagna and tomato sauce. I mean, that's a lot of stuff for you to eat. But yeah, I could eat the entire thing if I wanted to. But not anymore, because I'm on a diet. I was supposed to be on a diet. I put myself on a diet, and I did pretty good for a little while. I didn't have a hanging belly. I was actually pretty decent. I mean, once I got rid of the belly, I was working on my butt cheeks. I was doing squats. I was doing some squats and stuff, trying to shrink my butt. Or I was doing squats, you know, trying to shrink my freaking asshole. So after a little while ago when I was on a diet, I did pretty good. You know, I shrank my belly pretty good. And then, once I was happy with my belly being shrunken, I began to do some squats to shrink my asshole. And I was, just. At first, I was working on my belly, trying to shrink it. And after that, I was working on my asshole, trying to get my asshole shortened. And eventually, I gave up on my asshole. Eventually, I gave up on my asshole, and I just began to eat more, and then I just got out of control, and then I got too fat again. So that's what happened to me, guys. I was working on my belly, and once I was happy with my belly, I began to work on my asshole. Just by doing squats and stuff. I was doing like maybe 3 squats. I know 3 squats ain't enough. But I was doing like 3 to 4 to 5 squats. Not every day, but mostly like almost every day. Like not like every single day, but just sometimes. But not too rarely, but sometimes. And eventually, I gave up on my asshole and I just began to eat. And I just started eating again, and then I got, well, the way I am. Still fat. Well, I'm not fat, I'm chubby most likely. So, are you kids having a hard time shrinking your asshole? Well, today, this is the video for you. Today, we're going to shrink your asshole. It's really simple. You just gotta stick a PCV pipe up your butt. You want to shrink your butthole? Simple. Just shove a PCV pipe in there. There you go. That's how you shrink it. Now you can get smaller turds. But be aware, the PCV pipe might come out. Okay, Zombie HG, that's enough. You don't have to go in full detail. What if I want to go... What the fuck? What if I want to go in full detail? Well, your YouTube channel is gonna get, like, shut down. Fuck you, bitch. I can talk however I want. In my channel, I can talk however I want. That's how I created it. Warning, my videos may contain cuss words, sexual jokes, offensive jokes, and some other shit. So if you're under 15, please do not watch. So yeah, I can talk however I want. I can tell as many dirty jokes as I want. And I made some pretty dirty jokes back in the day. And yet, I haven't been shut down yet. And if I do get shut down, I'm most likely just going to start a new one and I'll most likely just start a new channel. And just continue talking shit like this, you know. If my channel does get shut down, I'll just create a new one and just continue. Just continue talking, like, nasty and stuff. It doesn't matter how many times you shut me down. I'll just keep creating and I'll keep talking like this until I get plenty of views. I mean, you should be thinking, you know, the nastier you talk, the more views you get. But, however, that's not the case. 9 views is the highest I've gotten so far. Mainly because my other videos have been boring. Mainly because my other videos have been, like, boring. And, you know, I haven't been talking much. Or, you know, there's just, like, it's either I have music in the background, you can't hear my voice. Or it's just, like... And the sad thing is, I texted my mom and my dad, how long am I supposed to cook the lasagna for? And they haven't texted. And church is over, and they haven't texted. It's like, church is over, just text already. Like, jeez. Bro, I'll be on my phone 24 hours a day, non-stop. If I have to. So you guys are probably wondering, what the fuck am I doing? Well, I'm just getting rid of these trees because I want to. I'm burning down these trees, and then I'm gonna regrow them, and then I'm just gonna burn them down again, and just continue the I'm kidding. I'm not for sure what I'm doing. I'm just burning these trees down for fun. The oven is set to like 400 degrees, which should be plenty. Ugh. To be honest, if my motherfucking family, if they would have just texted me how long to cook it for, the lasagna could have been done the time they get here, and we could eat, and then me and Dad can continue doing our thing simply by, we gotta go back and weedy. We only got like the front yard and side yard. We didn't get the backyard, so we gotta go back and mow the backyard today. And it looks like since nobody told me how long to cook it for, the lasagna isn't gonna be done the time they get here. So me and my dad are just gonna have to go mow and then come back and eat the lasagna then, because when he's back, the lasagna isn't gonna be done because no one told me how long to cook it for. So most likely when he gets home, we won't be able to eat before we go mow. Okay, we're just gonna have to go mow, come back, and then eat. Because no one in this family tells me shit. You know, nobody tells me nothing. They don't tell me anything. Just like, oh, Tanner can figure out his. Tanner can, or Zombie HU can figure it. Well, my real name is Tanner, but Tanner can figure it out himself. You know, he's fine. He can do it. He's a smart boy, even though he doesn't go to school. But he can do it himself. He can figure it out himself. Blah 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 blah. I said too much. I'll be quiet. But yeah, just like kids, if you want a good life, don't choose my life. I chose to sit my ass here and play video games, get fat and hideous and ugly and picking my nose and shooting my snot over my room. Don't choose this life, okay? Go to school and just I don't even know if I could get hired if I start looking for a job. I don't know if anybody will hire me because I'm so nasty. I'm like a turd out of a horse's butt, you know. It's like ugh. That kid ain't gonna get married anytime soon. I'm just like, I'm not gonna get married anyways, so why are you okay, well, I understand I'm hideous and I'm nasty, but I'm just gonna shut up now, okay? See what I'm talking about? If I don't get if I wake up and I'm not fully rested, you know, I make no sense, okay? You know, I'm making no sense. I don't even know what I'm talking. Well, I told myself to shut up, and here I am still talking. Yeah, that cow got burned, I guess you could say. Okay, that's enough. I'm just burning down trees for fun, okay? Mainly because I don't. Well, the main reason why I'm burning down all these trees is because I don't like how it looks. So I'm just like burning down trees, trying to get rid of them. I guess you could say I overdid it a little. I'm just trying to clean it up and redo it, maybe. So anyway, let's see, what else do I got? What else do I have to talk about? Oh yeah, I have some news for you guys. The Robin Subaru go-kart, I got it running. I mean, I'm sure you guys probably figured out because I'm sure I said this like hundreds of times. I'm sure I said this like 500 other times, but I got it to run better. I didn't realize that. What I didn't realize was it wasn't timed. Well, it wasn't timed correctly. I didn't realize it has an overhead cam, like cam gear for the head for the valves, overhead cam, and right where the valves are, it has a cam gear, and the cam gear spins a single teardrop and it just opens the valves a certain way. But I guess you could say it wasn't timed. I mean, it was timed, but it wasn't timed very good. So my dad decided. I was like, okay, so the dad, you should just look at it because I'm just like, he said something about like checking the gap, setting the gap and everything. And I didn't know how to do that, so I was like, so then Dad, here, you do it. You're the professional at this. I don't know anything about setting. I don't know anything about setting the valve gap. Okay, I don't know. I don't know about. I don't know how to set the valve gap. Okay, I don't know how. All I know is how to get an engine running. Okay, I know everything else. I know everything else about it. I know everything about an engine besides besides the valve adjustment. I don't know anything about valve adjustment. I don't know how to set the gap. I don't know how to I don't know how to set the gap or anything. I don't know how to do that. But I know everything else. Like I know how to put a piston in, and I know how to put a piston in. I know how to hook up the carburetor. I know how to put the flywheel on and the crankcase. The crankshaft. I know how to do that. All that stuff. But setting valves, I can't do that. I don't know how. Anyway, so he did it, and I found out that it wasn't timed. Or it was timed to the point where, it would crank over, but the actual anyways, on the timing chain gear, right next to the valves, there are these two lines that are separate from each other, and then on the crankshaft, on the crankshaft of that gear, there is another a keyway, or some kind of keyway, and that keyway has to be pointed up. Since the engine, since the piston's at an angle, it has to be pointed upwards. The Well, anyways, basically I didn't have it set right. So anyways, when those two lines on the gear and that line on the timing chain gear shaft where the valves are, has that big sprocket that spins that spins and opens up the valves. Anyways, right there. Those two lines are supposed to be pointed. They're supposed to be lined up with the block, or the. I don't know how to say it, but basically, all those lines have to be facing upwards to where you can actually see it. You have to. It has to be. What? Well, for the people out there for the people out there that has messed, or the people, I'm sure. I mean, for the people out there that mess with this kind of engine, I'm sure you probably understand what I'm talking about. How an overhead cam works and everything. Anyways, So right there, overhead cam, there's those two lines, and then there's that keyway dugout line on the crankshaft of the timing chain. If the the valve gear that opens up the valves that spins that gas drop. So all it has to be facing pointed up, and the valves were like loose, like really loose. So we got it all set, and we actually got much better performance out of it now. So the valves are set correctly. Basically, that's all I can say. It's set correctly, and it's running. We got a much better performance out of it. So now it's actually rumming up pretty decent. It's actually running pretty good now. I mean, it's still shooting air out of the carburetor a little bit, but not a whole lot, to the point where it's messing it. Well, it's still shooting air out of the carburetor, but nowhere near as bad to where it's messing it. I mean, it's still shooting air out of the carburetor, but it's not at that point. It's still shooting air up out of the carburetor, but not where it's messing it up or anything. It's still working fine. It's still shooting air out of the carburetor, but not near as bad to where it's basically, all I can say is it's still shooting air out of the carburetor, but not near as bad to where it's affecting the speed. I mean, it is affecting it is affecting the speed. It's affecting the speed a little bit. It's a little bit of a, it is affecting the speed or the RPMs a little bit, but not near as bad to where it's not going to run right. But it's basically it's good enough to where it should get me going. Speaking of it, my motherfucking mom is home, so now I can. But it will be pretty fun to try it out. And Jerome is coming over tomorrow. I think he's gonna try if he can make it. to help me with the go-kart. He's gonna bring some tools of his own. He's gonna bring a much he's gonna bring a hotter blowtorch so we can get the rim off, so we can heat up the nut and get the rim off of the go-kart. Anyway, so yeah, he's gonna come tomorrow. He's gonna bring some special. He's gonna bring some of his tools over, so he can help me get the rim off of the go kart. He's gonna bring He's gonna bring a hotter blowtorch, so we can heat up the nut and get it off a lot easier, as well as a much. He's also gonna bring a powerful. He's gonna bring the most powerful. He's gonna bring his most powerful air compressed gun that he has, so we can back it off. So we can get it off, and once it's off, we can go to Tractor Supply maybe and get a no flat, and then that way I'll be able to finally take the go-kart for a test drive and see how it's gonna perform. See if it will perform better than that little brakes that I had on there. Luckily, I don't have any more trees. I do have all this, which is actually kind of ugly. We also need to make this wall thicker. We can do that, actually. Make this wall thicker while we're at it. While I'm here. Alright, no negatives. 7, 123, 1178. Now your coordinates will be different than mine, so remember that. There. Make this wall thicker.
blocks filled.
Okay, that work. Making the wall an extra 2 blocks. Maybe we'll make it 3 blocks. Yeah, 2 blocks should be good. Maybe that's good. I don't know what to do here. I haven't figured it out yet. I was thinking maybe I should just remove this entire section right here. But at the same time, that wouldn't look right. I'm thinking there's supposed to be there should be something here, some kind of room has to be here. I don't know yet. Maybe we'll put the kitchen here because I have nowhere else to put it. So. Well, we especially can't have this. This is really ugly. I don't even know what this is. This is this. Why is it like that though? It's so ugly looking. sure I put glass there. Oh. Oh, so now we're going down to -4. 55. 11. Okay, here we go. This should fill in this, and this will look better.
Blocks filled.
That was 351 blocks? Really? Maybe if we count it, it probably would be. So I think that looks a little better. I know, it just looked kind of off. It looks like the window may need to be scoot over a little bit. But we especially can't have this be showing. Wait, hold on.
352 blocks filled.
Oh, we can't get rid of much. Ugh. I was thinking maybe we can get rid of some of it. I mean, we can clean this up with TNT and so on and so on. Okay, yeah, I think this will be better, so let's go ahead and do it. Okay, I gotta get rid of the cloud because it's absolutely annoying. Video resistance cloud. What the fuck? What the fuck? And done. Finally. Jeez. Mother effer. And mother turd in a cap. Jeez. Go. But okay, hold on. I gotta go in there and slap her because she did not tell me anything about putting up the dishes. She is just making excuses. So I gotta end it right here. I'm gonna go stab her and slice her throat open because she did not text me or tell me anything about dishes. So see you guys in the next one.